If you like your seafood with a southern or eastern shore style, then a visit to the Blue Pelican in Central Lake might be something to consider. The Blue Pelican is in its second incarnation after the original restaurant on Torch Lake burned down 6 years ago.
It's now in downtown Central Lake, but occupying the building which used to house the old Lamplight Inn, which means it inherited the resident ghosts. John McGowan has more on all of this, but especially the food, in this week's edition of McGowan's Menu.
The building that houses the Blue Pelican has a long and storied history. It was built in 1924 and at one time was a hotel with 22 rooms and only 4 bathrooms. A lot has changed, and owner Christopher Corbett is responsible for the Blue Pelican that stands here today in Central Lake. He says he believes he's brought a taste of the eastern shore of North Carolina to northern Michigan while keeping northern Michigan favorites.
From king crab to snow crab to blue crab to whitefish, from cross fisheries to walleye, seared tuna, mussels. A lot of people have never had mussels before up here, and they fell in love with that. And the seared tuna, which they didn't realize it tastes exactly like steak. If it's served rare, not out of a bumblebee tuna can.
The Blue Pelican has plenty of steak choices as well. A New York strip, top sirloin. And Chris says they keep their 2 smokers busy with their pulled pork, a big seller. Ken Hornick patrols the kitchen. He's a son of the Chesapeake Bay, and so preparing and enjoying crab is almost second nature to him, especially the crab cakes.
It's just a bunch of yumminess. That's really it. Big lumps of jumbo crab meat, and not too overspiced. It's delicate, like crab meat should be, and we don't overpower it with spice, and doesn't have a lot of filler in it. So, perfectly good.
When it comes to combining a favorite northern Michigan fish with eastern shore seafood, you can't go wrong with a crab stuffed walleye, a staple on the Blue Pelican menu.
We butterfly it back, and then we take a portion of our crab meat, or crab cakes, and stuff inside of it, and then we just kind of bake it in the oven. So we season with a little butter, white wine, and spice, and bake it in the oven, and leave it in there and let her cook until she's nice and done.
It's the meal Chris says he'd order for dinner, and has.
I guess the crab stuffed walleye, because I've never really experienced until I moved up here whitefish and walleye. And I like it because it's a nice mild fish and meets almost everybody's taste buds.
And on these mild summer nights, there's a lot of room for outdoor dining, whether it's on the mini Grand Hotel type porch or off to the side.
Well, the summers are so beautiful up here. Most people really want to be outdoors because of the winters up here. They're tired of having cabin fever. So they love the outdoors, so we created more outdoor seating.
And another dining option is the side door saloon downstairs from the main dining room and offering patrons its own menu. That's open Wednesday through Saturday. The inn has a long history with ghosts. That's plural, more than one. You can read about them on the Blue Pelican website, but a lot of people have had what we'll call experiences, including Chris himself.
We've had people just catch things out of the side of their eye and not see them again. Lights, doing little things. And there's probably 20, 30 stories about different happenings here.
We're concluding our visit to the Blue Pelican Inn with a crab-stuffed walleye you saw Chef Ken preparing for us in the kitchen. This is one entree that's not coming off the Blue Pelican menu anytime soon. The Blue Pelican Inn is located in downtown Central Lake. They're open for dinner 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, 5 to 9, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 10. They're also open for breakfast and lunch from Wednesday through Sunday, and they take reservations. I'm John McGowan. Join us again next week right here for another edition of McGowan's Menu.
Next week, John visits the 7 Slot Grill in Reed City.